So I'm going to show you 10 bikes, 10 awesome bikes that you guys can buy for less than $5,000. I actually have proof backing up these claims, showing you examples of all these bikes. One, starting with the Yamaha Bolt. You can pick up a 2015 Yamaha Bolt C-Spec with, I think, 7,000 miles for less than $5,000. Awesome bikes. They're tons of fun. I love riding them. I've got tons of videos of me riding these things. They're a blast. They're super cool looking, very reliable, great bikes. If you have not got a chance to check one out, definitely check one out. Second, the CBR 300. Now we do have a CBR 300. 2018 CBR 300 for $3,800. I think it has a couple hundred miles on it, maybe. What does it have? It's got 278 miles. And a lot of bikes fit under this category. You look at the Kawasaki Ninja 300. You look at the KTM 390. There's a lot of really awesome bikes. You know, those cool 300. You know, small super sport bike that fit under this category. Great bike, great entry level bike, and just tons of fun. Less than $5,000 is hard to beat that. The V-Star 950. We have a 2015. You can buy a 2015 Yamaha V-Star 950 for $4,900. You could also get, you know, 2014 if they're, you know, a couple years older for even cheaper. But they are great bikes. They're good bikes for big guys, tall guys like myself. They're real spaced out. Also good entry level bike. But you can ride a bike. You can learn how to ride on that bike, and it's still a big, substantial looking bike. You know, it's about the size of a Dyna, or even a Softail. It's a big bike. They're sweet, tons of fun, plenty of power for the highway. Riding single, riding double, all that stuff. The Yamaha Roadstar. I know we're doing a lot of Yamahas. We have other bikes also on the list. Yamaha Roadstar. This is right here. Here's proof you can buy a 2007 Yamaha Roadstar with like 30,000 miles for less than $5,000. These bikes are tons of fun. They are big, substantial bikes. It's like the equivalent of like a Harley Davidson Road King. They're big, substantial, manly bikes, 1700 cc's, air cooled. They run forever, and they're just great bikes. Check out the test drive video. I've got a bunch of test drive videos of these bikes. I love riding them. They're a blast to drive. Very powerful. You know, local town to town stuff, highways, taking big trips, riding double. They're great. The Kawasaki Mean Streak is an awesome bike. You can pick up pretty much any year Mean Streak. They only made it for a couple years. Should be less than $5,000. Maybe some of the really nice ones with low miles or a little over. Should be less than $5,000. They're super bad bikes. They have a lot of power. It's kind of Kawasaki's muscle cruiser at that time. They pack a big punch. I think it's a 1600 cc motor, and there's a blast to drive. Super badass bikes. Kawasaki Vulcan 900. You could pick up fairly new, you know, 2009, 2007, 2012 Kawasaki Vulcan 900 for less than $5,000. They are a lot of fun. There's a big bike, very similar class to the Yamaha V-Star 950. It's those bikes that the big guys feel comfortable learning how to ride on them because they're not too big, but they're big enough that when anyone looks at them, you're like, oh, that's a big bike. You know what I mean? It could be a 1600 for all anyone else knows. They're a lot of fun, great bikes. One of my favorite bikes, cruiser bikes out there, and it blows my mind you can get them for less than $5,000, is the Honda VTX 1800. They started making them, I think, 2002, and they were all fuel injected. They made 3 different models. They made the different lines. They had the F1, F2, F3. They had they had a more of a classic. They had more of the R style, the C style, and the F style, which I think some people call Neo. They were just beautiful looking bikes, and they packed big power. It was an 1800 cc bike. When you crack the throttle in first gear, you're gonna, you know, cut those tires loose. And the fact that you can pick them, they last forever. The fact that you can pick one up for less than $5,000, just there's no reason that everyone should be riding one of these bikes. Older Evo Harley Davidson. Now I know people love the Evo motor, and they love them for a good reason. But there's a lot of people that they want a newer bike. So these late 90s Harley Davidsons, like a Dyna or a Softail, you know, you can pick up ones in that year range for pretty cheap. We actually have an Evo for less than $5,000. It's a 96 lowrider. Sportsters, you can pick up a nice 1200 Sportster or an 883 Iron in the late 2000s, early, you know, like 2010, 2011 range for less than $5,000. Great bikes, pretty low miles, good looking, tons of fun, super badass. Dynas, if you look hard enough, you can find a real nice Dyna, like a lowrider or a Super Glide for less than $5,000. They're not the easiest thing to find, but they do exist. They are out there. Here's one example. I found one at a place pretty close to us, and it's a 03 anniversary Dyna, 17,000, how many miles are on it? 15,000 miles for $4,800. That's a cheap bike. That's a really good deal. That bike should be worth $7,000. Someone needs to pick that one up. I actually thought about buying it and selling it for $65 or something. So those things are awesome. Fatboy, you might not believe this, but there are some Fatboys out there that you can pick up for that kind of money. Not normally, but if you look hard enough, we actually just just sold it's not quite 5, a little bit over 5. We just sold this 2000 Harley Davidson Fatboy for $5,200. Got 70,000 miles. It's probably 20 grand worth of parts done to it. We think it has the 120R screaming R motor, CNC ported heads. That bike is bad. If you've not seen the video for that bike, check it out. It is a mean bike, just tipping the scale at that $5,000 mark. Guys, we have a bunch of we're going to do another video about the same thing with a bunch of other bikes we couldn't fit in the list. My main point is, motorcycles are cheap. Your girlfriend is not. She's the one who's breaking your bank. You need to buy a bike. Get rid of the girl. If you like that video and you want to see more of them, click on the subscribe button. And if you guys didn't know, we also have a motorcycle dealership, Srkcycles.com. We sell and ship bikes all over the country. We have one of the largest inventories in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, which probably means nothing to you because you probably don't live in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. But we have a decent amount of bikes. So check out the first link on the bottom is the website, Srkcycles, and we'll see you guys later.